All right, what's going on, guys? We are back with the TNEC cast. I'm the man they call Shuff, along with the Weapon K. We're up to episode 10. We hit double digits, people. We
Yes,
still here. You
sir.
guys are still tapped in with us. So again, like we always said, we appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. What we noticed, and Kyrie started this, in terms of saying, hey, turn it on for when you're doing cardio. I've noticed more and more people that are tagging us on social media. Shout out to Wade. He tags
Yeah.
us. He always is either him doing cardio or it's in his car.
Yeah.
Tapping in with us. Yeah, I'll be seeing him in a couple of weeks at this next show. But yeah, we just that's again, even if you want to tune in for 30 seconds, we want to make sure that we let you know that we appreciate everybody, helping us try to get to these goals and getting this good information out to everybody. So you know how we do things. The Weapon K, he kind of breaks down what we're going to go over, and then we jump right in. So Kyrie, what up?
So first things first, thank you guys for stopping in. This is 10 weeks deep, dog. Most people can start stuff, but not a lot of people can finish. So the round of applause for us, sticking to it and progressively getting better over and over and over again throughout these weeks. But the first topic is going to be talking about too much cardio. So when coach says do 20 minutes and you just like, well, I'm hardcore, I want to do 40 minutes, how that kind of hinders the plan long term. I'm going to be asking him questions because that's something I don't know. And especially with me, just starting off my coaching business, this is a time where iron sharpens iron. And also we're going to be talking about focus. Most people be spreading themselves too thin. They're an influencer one day, they're a crafter the next day, but they're really not focused on one singular target. You know what I mean? So let's talk about this cardio, dog. And
Yeah.
so how do you even base your cardio? So if say you have a client, and obviously it changes, but what is just like, hey, go for a run, go bike, do whatever you enjoy. What do you do?
So basically, that's a really good question to start. I figure out what the person's currently been doing. So a lot of it depends on, excuse me, what they were doing before they came to us. So let's just assume they're a runner, right? So I find out, okay, how often do you run? Okay, I run 5 days a week. Okay, good. So all right, so you run a pretty good amount. How far do you run? Oh, I run about 3 miles. Okay, and how long does that take you? 40 minutes. Ah, there's the problem. Because at that pace, you're not really burning very many calories. So you're putting a lot of wear and tear on your body without getting the payoff. You're still going to burn calories. You're still going to, see a result, but you're not maximizing those results. So my job is to figure out what mode of cardio is going to help you burn the most in an efficient amount of time.
Mm.
So like there's a lot of people, that I've run into that are doing 2.5 hours of cardio. And I'm just like, my mind is blown. I mean, I get it if like you're in the nitty gritty and you have to do that for like a week right before the show or something like that, because well, usually it means you screwed up. But if you have to do, something like that, but these excessive amounts of cardio, what a lot of people don't realize, I'll break down. I'll go to the science part. When you're doing cardio and you're talking about a fat cell, you can only break down one part of the fat cell through cardio, and that's the triglyceride. So you've done all of that, and you've only broken down 1/3 of the fat cell. So now you still have to go do that resistance training to break down the phospholipid and the cholesterol, but your body is already being overworked. And then the other thing is what a lot of people don't realize. Now, this is different for everybody, and the higher level athlete that you are and the higher level cardio that you have, usually your body shuts off the calorie burn at about 30 to 40 minutes.
Mm.
Now you can raise that, but there's a lot of people don't realize they'll do 2 hours of cardio and they didn't burn as many calories as they thought, because your body just shuts it down. Because if your body keeps burning calories, you'll eventually just
Wither away.
wither away. Yeah. so so that's why when I see people doing these excessive amounts of cardio, I'm like, no, that's not, you don't need to do that. That's why I'm always talking about, it's intensity over time. Don't worry about the time, because there's a lot of people out here that are doing an hour and a half of cardio, but my 30 minutes is way more intense. My body, I'm burning just as much, if not more, in that 30 minutes. And that's how I'm setting it up for other people, teaching them different ways, teaching them the low intensity ways to get your heart rate up, teaching them. Some people need the high, like me. I I don't even really like to run. I just like the result that it brings me. But I haven't been running as much lately. I've been on the treadmill a little bit more, doing something different, and it's been treating me just right. Prep load today, baby. Holla at your boy. So, you know what I'm saying? So, there's different modes of cardio and everything like that, but there definitely 1000% is such thing as too much. The other part of that, when you're talking about, too much, where a lot of people get jammed up. So for us bodybuilders, right, as we're getting closer to a show, basically our coach is pulling different levers. The more levers that are available to your coach, the closer you get to the show, the better off you'll be. You don't want your coach to have to press the nuclear option when you're a week out that says 0 carbs, 3 hours of cardio, up your fat, doing these things that are extremely unhealthy. What we do is already unhealthy up in peak week. You don't want to, increase that. So now when for me, my peak week's next week, I still have yet to even touch an hour of cardio. Now, when you add it total, because I added a second session, but I don't have to do an hour at one time because of the way it's because I did an acceleration part. So, again, there's different ways to do it, but what I'm trying to convey to people is there is such thing as too much cardio and your body will just shut off. It's just like being in it's possible to be in too much of a calorie deficit, i.e. starving yourself, and your body shuts off. That's the fail safe.
It's over. Like throw in the towel, dog. That's a whole nother can of worms you have to deal with.
So, and it takes a while to fix that.
How would you fix that? Like, let's say someone came to you with like a metabolism, their BMR is like stuck at, let's say, 1,300 calories. You don't want to take them lower than 1,000 calories because that's fucking tough. So where do you go from there? Yeah. Like in the first, the first month.
So you just reestablish. So you figure out their weight and their activity. I don't want to give an example only because you gave 1,300, so I don't want to confuse people. Mm-hmm. And also, there's a lot of fake coaches that'll probably try to write it down and go tell somebody. Yeah, that's just being real. But so basically what you want to do is reestablish those maintenance calories, because we can do that. Even experienced athletes like ourselves, we can reestablish, because that's basically what we do every season. Your maintenance calories now are much higher than they were 2 years ago when you started. And that's both of us. Because then you realize, like, shit, I'm eating a lot still, even in prep and everything like that, because your body, it has changed. So that's the first thing we do is we reestablish, what those maintenance calories really are. We figure out because what I like to do is I actually back them off of cardio, because I don't want that number to be skewed. So I say, hey, I don't want to do no cardio this month. Mm-hmm. I just want to see what your regular activity level is. Let's get you back to something that's closer to your normal BMR, what we thought was, and let's add 100 or 200 calories on top of that, and then kind of see where it goes. Because some people, none of this stuff happens in a day. None of this stuff happens in a week. We need time, to watch it play out. So that's the first thing we would do is we reestablish. Because then once we reestablish what those maintenance calories are, then we actually have another 4 weeks where we can chill at those maintenance calories, because you can still lose fat during that time. You can still get better, gain muscle, whatever our goal is. And then, 9 times out of 10, we'll help people lose weight. Then we start to put them back in a deficit.
So, especially, let's take it to the lifestyle portion of this, because they don't have as many levers, because they have jobs, they have kids, they have all these different responsibilities. So you're kind of stuck with the cardio and the nutrition part, right? Mm-hmm. Unless there's a secret lever that you don't want to disclose to me.
No, it's not. Well, I mean, I would tell. But at the end of it, it's the secret is really truly activity, not just working out, but just overall activity. That helps tremendously, because what people when they think of a calorie deficit, they think they need to be in this huge 500, 600 calorie deficit, like, like we are in sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And no, you don't need that. You really need to be in about a 150 to 250 per day. That's a very solid. It's going to create weight loss, and it's sustainable. You're just enough hungry that you're not going crazy, and so that's how we're able to manage that. So basically, yes, on the lifestyle side is those two levers of nutrition, cardio slash working out. But then the other thing is, especially on the lifestyle side, while yes, we have a number to hit, like, so for us, right, it's like, hey, our show is blank day. So you can't screw around. You gotta be ready by this day. And if you're not, you're gonna embarrass yourself on stage. So with lifestyle, and as it should be, it's more of like I'll say a moving target. Oh, we want to get to X weight by X time. But really at the end of the day, it's just about looking better than when we started by that time.
Yeah.
So the key is not even so much a lever, but it's a lever. It's about teaching patience.
Mm-hmm.
It's about sometimes telling them, hey, look, you're not going to go do, tons of cardio. You're not going to do the same kind of workouts. Your nutrition isn't going to be as strict. So, and that's fine, but you need to be okay with the fact that our weight loss is going to be a little bit slower on the scale. And so, but as a lever, I'll tell, I don't want to disclose his name, but one of my lifestyle clients, I've had him on maintenance for about almost 8 weeks now. It's been at least 6.
Mm-hmm.
And, he has a couple of things coming up, and then we're going to lower his calories, but he hasn't gained weight. He keeps looking better, because he's still maintaining everything. And then now, because that's a lever, because now it's almost like a hold. So then that way, because now your body's like, oh, this is maintenance calories. Oh, this is life. Hey. Then all of a sudden we, throw that punch in there, pull that lever, and then we go back into a deficit. But, the big thing is, because like with that question, especially on the lifestyle side, is to keep it simple.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Simple, stupid. I mean, it's huge. The amount of people that they do not do well, or they fail, or they hinder their progress because they make it more complicated than what it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
And, at the end of the day, such is life, but still, that's what, because I try to, that's one of the things we try to, like, people will see us how we're very, we're very focused, no pun intended. And we're very like, but we keep our shit simple. I mean, I'm not trying to think about a whole bunch of different meals.
Mm-hmm.
I know I got my like 2 or 3 things that I really like to eat, and I just every day, bang, bang, nice and simple. I get a result from it. Get a result from it. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I've been eating a lot of eggs and turkey bacon. Don't know, I never would have thought I could bring turkey bacon in during the prep, but boy, my body likes it. My body likes it. I did it one day, literally, because I did not feel like, because I was having a meal for it, and I just did not feel like cooking something. I can't remember what it was. I was like, man, I'm just gonna throw this turkey bacon in the air fryer. Boy. but it's something that's simple though. It's not like I said, okay, I did this, and I didn't try to become Bobby Flay and, mix in 6 trillion ingredients, simple. Eggs, turkey bacon, eggs with ketchup, by the way. Just for you. But boom, and it's worse. So I've been doing that a lot lately. So
man, stand by.
Which that's how I bring up. We got the fade out. There we go.
I don't know what it's focusing on, dog. Like, I'm right here, stupid. So you are 2 weeks out, right? A week? What about?
Yep.
Well, like 13.
A little less now. Yeah.
What are you focused on right now? Where is your focus?
Winning.
All right, I'll catch you guys next week.
I mean, because we just talked about something. Because look, people compete for various different reasons, right? Me, look, there's not a lot of money in bodybuilding from a standpoint. Even, I mean, look, if we're just being honest, even at the top levels, I'm talking about the Olympia levels. You know, you see that a guy wins, you know, 50,000, okay, but I am not trying to downgrade anybody, but that's for what you would think. Like, that's not LeBron James.
Yeah.
You know, that's not other top level athletes that are making life-changing money that can take care of families and, generations and stuff like that. So I say that to say, I like to win. I love winning, and so that's what drives me, because that feeling of first place, Isaac Johnson, like that just shows me, because there's other people in this industry that I outworked, I outposed, whatever I did to say, for them to say, hey, today you are the best. So it's simple. I'm actually adding in a bunch of words, because you saw when Kyrie asked the question, I was just like, winning.
That's it.
That's what it is. Very simple for me. That's all. It's all I'm worried about. I don't give a shit who shows up. You know what I'm saying? Raymond and Dre can come walking through that. I don't care. I'm coming for him. I'm coming for him.
So in this off season, what did you focus on? So when you got your feedback, what were you like, all right, let me get back to the lab and let me create what they actually want? What was it?
So basically it was to bring in a tighter core. So my core, I had improved it, but it's still like to bring it in. So bring my conditioning just a little bit, because my overall conditioning was pretty damn good, but it was like, hey, bring your core in a little bit more. And then they wanted me to, so it wasn't so much to grow the upper part of my back. It was just the way my physique was set up. There were certain parts where I wouldn't say I was losing symmetry, but some parts overpowered other parts. So basically what they were telling me was, if I bring my rear delts up, that would kind of complete it. So that's what I worked on. And then basically, again, coming in to this so much, that was one of my goals, was I need to come into this next season lighter. So a little, I may have dropped this on here before. A lot of people don't know. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks to put on 1 pound of muscle. So I was looking at my thing and how much muscle I wanted to put on versus how much weight I wanted to put on. Because now you need to figure out what your ratio is. Okay, in that 4 to 6 weeks to put on that 1 pound of muscle, how much weight do you need to put on? I hate to break it to you, it's not going to be a 1-to-1 ratio. It's just not. So for me, I think mine was like it ended up being about a 3.5, 4-to-1 ratio. So for every 3.5, 4 pounds I put on, a pound of that was muscle. You know what I mean? So from stage weight, I put on 16 pounds. So I put on about 4 pounds of muscle, somewhere in that neighborhood. And so, hey, for all you aspiring athletes and everything like that, if your coach isn't talking to you like this, get a new coach. That don't mean come see me. It doesn't necessarily mean go see Kyrie. Even though Nuki see Kyrie, because we need to get him some more clients. But what I'm saying is, these are the conversations you need to have. You need to talk to somebody who actually understands this stuff. When they're just telling you, giving you this stuff willy-nilly, that's going to put you in trouble. That's when you go on stage and you're like, damn, why do I look worse than I did last time and stuff like that. But anyway, so I took that. So I started this prep at 176. I'm at 160. I woke up at 160.8 this morning. So I know once I haven't started drying out or anything like that. So I know I still have, worst case scenario, another 3 pounds I'm going to lose. That's on the low end, and that's the break. But my big thing was, I wanted to make sure that I kept all this up here and keep that waist, us, we the tiny waist gang, and which leads to being in the taper gang, so, and I believe from what I've seen, I've hit everything that they asked me. Actually, let me stop lying. Not only did I hit it, I knocked that shit all the way out the fucking park. Because I'm trying to tell you, I'm on some different shit, and I can speak like this because I've been show ready for about 4 weeks now. About 4 weeks, and I keep getting better. It's like I kind of wish I was like two people, so I could be Coach Isaac talking about athlete Isaac, so it didn't sound so damn conceited. But I'm just people is going to see it, because I don't post a lot shirtless on social media for a reason. Because I am so big on these mind games, and the best thing is doing it without being an asshole. I just want to show up. Then when I take my shirt off, you're gonna be like,
the fuck is that?
He did that?
Yeah.
Because remember, I've said this on social media. I don't think I've said it on the cast, but most athletes, the biggest jump isn't from year 1 to year 2. It's the jump from year 2 to year 3.
You know what?
Because now you're starting to figure shit out.
Yo, I was talking to my wife about that. I was like this off season, I'm getting fucking stupid. I'm just like, yo, like this is what like year 1 to year 2 is supposed to be. I mean, it was a pandemic or whatever, but still, like just the jump. And I'm like, I'm training harder. I'm training smarter. It's just like everything is flowing now because of that experience, bro.
It starts to all come together. This is when if you have the ability and everything, this is when it comes. That's when you see that big jump. Should you see a jump from year 1 to year 2? 1,000%. We should see a jump every year, but that leap is from year 2 to year 3. Because now you have, well, you know me, now I got a whole bunch of stage. So the stage, whatever. That's the easy part for me, getting up on stage. But it's everything else that leads up to it. Really understand what works for me nutritionally. Because again, so Kyrie and I similar body types. We have a lot of similarities, but that doesn't mean we eat the exact same. We don't eat the exact same amounts, because there's some people that are very high carb. They could be over 100 carbs a peak week, just because, I mean, that's the way their body works. And there's some people that you give them one carb, they smell a carb, their belly pops out. And it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with them. It's just the way, the way shit works. So then you start to learn, okay, so now I'm starting to learn what my body likes, because now I've had more time, and that's the thing. That's why that's one of the cool things about this sport. You keep getting better. So you look at yourself like, damn, there's no way I can beat that. For example, one of my clients, because I have a picture from our show, the show we did a couple of years ago, and I was like, oh yeah, I was like, that's obsolete. I beat that so bad. It's not. But I mean, when you look at it, especially with an untrained eye, you're like, oh man, you look great. Da, 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 da. Yeah. So, but that's that's the thing. And then going back to to the original part of the question, you have to take the feedback with a grain of salt. What I mean is, that doesn't mean just discount it because you disagree with it. I try to get feedback now when I say this, from trusted people. I don't go to social media, post a picture, but hey, what do you guys think? Yeah. I don't want to turn this into to a ball tickling session. What I want is to find out how I can get better, because I am the only thing that's equal to my obsession with winning is my obsession with getting better, and they just go hand in hand. So I'll ask each judge that I can get a hold of, what did you think? What can I, and I don't get me wrong, I do find out what I'm doing good because I want to double down on it. But I'm like, okay, what can I do better? What can I do better? What can I do better? The rare event, I don't go on social media because I don't need that kind of validation. That's bullshit. I'll ask Kyrie, just like remember when we were backstage at your show. Okay, what do I need to work? Because that's, now granted, we're brothers, but we sitting there, we say, okay, let's do this, all these different things, because we want to get better. It's never I know, or it's like, okay, tell me what I need to do to get better. What do you see? But only ask that when you do that, only ask that from eyes that you trust.
Yes. Oh God, yes.
Because that's when people get jammed up. Because you don't ask somebody that don't know. Don't ask somebody that's never been to a bodybuilding show. They don't know. Because every time my mom sees my face, especially because I shave my beard, so my mom sees me, you're too skinny, you need to eat, everything like that. And they don't. Well, my mom kind of knows, but she's my mom, so it is what it is. But they don't know. Like my face is supposed to look like this. That's how you know. Because one of the first things I tell everybody that's a first-time athlete, or first-time, depends on how they came to us. So if they came to us and I think they were in a goofy situation, I'll say it. If they just came to us from a decent situation, I may not say it. But I'm like, when you go backstage, the first thing you automatically notice is who dieted and who didn't. Mm-hmm. First thing you'll notice.
Just look at their face.
You're like, they died. Because they know those are the people that, okay, I got to beat this person. And you notice it from other divisions too. You're like, because you'll see, because then they take off their shirt. or they take off their robe or whatever, and it's yep, they didn't diet.
Or they
I ain't gonna be that person.
dieted, but they didn't push it. You know what I mean? You can tell that some people kind of tiptoe through prep, but this is the sport
Mm-hmm.
where it's not like basketball where you can tiptoe through a workout and still get paid $500,000 a year. In bodybuilding, like
Boy,
we know you can't fake eating 6 meals a day. You can't fake doing an hour of cardio. You can't fake cutting out the water, manipulating the carbs. You can't fake that because you will get exposed on that stage. 100%
it
of the
shows,
time.
brother.
It always
It
shows.
shows.
And one thing I
It
want to
shows because the
touch
first
on
thing you see, oh, go ahead.
is that you were just like, yo, I keep getting better. The whole goal is to get better on stage. You didn't say get bigger. I have to express this where, especially new athletes, where they're just like, yo, I just got to get big, big. Sure, if you're like first starting off, it's like, yes, you have to put on some size where you don't look like a stream bean on stage. But once you get to that year 3, 4, and you get that feedback, hey, you just need to work on your rear delts. That's it. It doesn't mean to blow everything out of proportion, blow out your lines, and throw everything out. Because at the end of the day, shape, especially in men's physique, shape wins. Shape wins. Not the biggest guy on stage. That's something that I learned at the Texas Cup. Because they were some fucking monsters backstage. That doesn't
Just
mean
go big dude.
anything if they don't look good. Where you look at it being like, holy, that's a beautiful physique, rather than like, okay, that's a huge motherfucker. That's just a huge gym bro that decided to put on shorts and hop on stage. So
It's a
especially
good
in
way
this
to put
off
it.
season, if you ain't doing cardio right now and you're eating your meal, focus on just getting better. Does that mean probably put on, a pound of muscle? Sure, but don't just be like, I just need to get big, get sloppy.
Don't dirty bulk. I made that mistake. Don't do it.
I don't like what's everyone's obsession with dirty bulking, dog. It's just like why would you, it doesn't even
Because it's
feel
easy.
good. Oh yeah, I forgot it is extremely easy. Just go to McDonald's like 4 times a day, you be alright.
Because then you have that little built-in excuse. Oh well, I'm bulking.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, as somebody that you're getting ready to see that, what I'm going to bring, in a couple of weeks. Didn't dirty bulk. I mean, I enjoyed refeeds more often, obviously, but I didn't dirty bulk, and I'm thankful,
Because
very
is
thankful that I
prep
did because
easier?
I'm seeing the result. Much easier,
Yeah.
much easier, because it go because I didn't like so last year. So going into 2020, I felt like I spent the first half of prep getting off all that, just getting off all that fat.
Yeah, that quarantine weight. Yeah.
It wasn't even, yeah, it wasn't even so much. I was getting better. I was just getting rid of all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just been about revealing because because basically I didn't put on a lot of fat. So, and it's just basically been, just revealing. That's all it's been,
So I
you
actually
know?
hit up Kyle, my coach, and I text him, like, I sent him like a progress video and was like, hey, what's up? What do I need to work on? Right. I was like, also on the second question was like, I'm 190 pounds with a 28.5-inch waist. Should I pull back the calories or should I push harder? And he was like, are you a fucking idiot? You have a 28-inch waist, bro. You better be eating. Just like throw down. But my thing was, and I was focused on the number of the scale, because I was like, if I like keep eating until like I get to a 29-inch waist, and I'm like, let's say 200, I still have to come down at least 35 pounds. So, and that's gonna be a fucking fight. Rather than like in this
Yeah.
last prep, I started out like 180, let's say 186, and I came down to 167. You know what I mean? And like I was show ready, like you said, for 4 weeks. But I don't know. So what do you think? Because I'm still gonna eat good, but let's say your client came to you and was just like, this is my situation. How much weight above stage weight do you usually keep your clients?
Ooh, baby, that's a good question. So the first thing I'll say that is dependent on each person. So
Mm.
you kind of like you find a percentage. Some people say it's 15%. I actually funny enough, I was talking because I'm wearing this shirt. I was talking to Bob Johnson about it because a lot of people they focus on the pound number. So it's oh, I need to put on 20 pounds or whatever, but not usually it's about 10 to 15% of your stage weight is what you need to put on. Now think about it. So for me, my stage weight was 159, 160. So that's about 16 pounds, which is what I did. And now that 4-to-1 ratio, I put on 4 pounds. I mean, so you see what I'm saying? So the numbers need to make sense.
Okay.
So that's what we do because we look at it. So there's a lot of intuition that's involved with this. So you look at your client, right? It's like, okay, if we need to just add muscle to one spot, or is it like, okay, we just overall need to bring this frame? For example, this is a really good example. You take any category, they won their pro card in a slightly weaker, at a slightly weaker show in terms of competition for their category. So while they did earn their pro card, they're not really pro ready yet. They'll
Mm-hmm.
go get their ass whooped if they step on a pro stage.
Mm.
So it's not that's a situation where she's okay. We just want to put on size, period. So it's like kind of like now think about your time. So it's like, okay, you won your pro card early in the year. So we will make our pro debut the following spring. So we have like 8 months to put on, and to do it slowly, do it the right way. So that way we don't put on as much fat. So then that way, if we do have to even end up coming down 30 pounds from a body fat percentage standpoint, it's not that much that needs to come down.
Mm.
So with Kyrie asking that question, it's a great question, but I want the listeners to understand it is so specific to each person, their goals, show timing. There's so much that goes into it. So it's not just like finding out somebody's deficit. That's relatively easy. Gosh, shit, I'll give you the formula. Take their weight, add a zero, minus 100 or 200, and there you go. That you give them that many calories 9 times out of 10. I bet you in 2 weeks they'll lose a few pounds. Very simple. So you're welcome for that one. But
A little gym for you.
but but on this one, because again, and this is why coaches get paid because it takes time to figure this shit out. Because and then when people start jumping, say, well, I want to do this show instead, or that alters the plan. Sometimes I gotta pull people back and say, oh, time out. We wanted to be. This was where we had our goal set on doing, this. If we try to do something a month or two early for really literally no reason, we're going to set ourselves back because now we lose X amount of time of growth.
Mm.
So, that's the really thing is you got to figure out because obviously if you need it, to answer it simply, I know we talk about keeping shit simple, but to answer it simply, if you need to put overall weight on and overall size, then it's going to be a higher number than if you just need to add to a specific area because you can spot produce muscle. You can't spot reduce fat. Even though your DNA kind of dictates where you lose it from first, because anybody on the lifestyle side that's been through the cycle, you kind of know, okay, I always lose it first from my belly or from my thighs or whatever. That's kind of like what your DNA dictates. But, and what we're doing, you're trying to add, spot produce muscle. We're going to change the way we work out. So if it's on your back, you're going to be doing back 3 or 4 times a week. Because we just want to keep breaking that down, build it up, break it down, build it up, break it down, build it up, because that's where we really need to grow. But then also you need to have a complete training program because you don't want to focus so much on building up your back that now, you turn around, you look like, Ninja Turtle, but then you come to the front, and you look, you look like a newborn baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, where's everything else at? So you don't want to lose symmetry. Because let me tell you, so when I tell you with Kyrie was speaking about, the beautiful physique, a beautiful physique is a symmetric physique. That's what wins.
Yes. Jesus, yes. Can't have one lat bigger than the other one. And even if you do, like from the front, my left lat doesn't like pop out as good as my right lat. You play it. This is where posing comes in handy, dog. You have to learn how to pose. Just turn just a little bit. And boom, you're good once again. So Lil Jim, if you are in a contest, you getting ready for a contest, and you know that you have some flaws in your physique, That's basically bodybuilding in a nutshell. It's like hiding your flaws and showing off your strengths. If you have a
That's all
dominant
posing
back,
is.
just stay in the fucking back. Just do 3 back, 2 front, and you good. Judge is gonna be like, damn, that's a fucking amazing back. Like, you know what I mean? The only time where it kind of fail you is the comparisons. But anytime else in your individuals, bro, show your strengths. Show your strengths.
Amen.
Man, I like how we started off with focus and ended up talking about posing. You just
we focused on getting better.
Dog. Yeah, just focus on getting better. Focus on
winning. No, we'll see. But the things though, we never really went to focus. You asked the question, you did the segue, you did what you're supposed to do, but then we did what we do, and we
scatterbrained. But it works. It works. We ain't waste no time. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that was all valuable information. Everyone needs to hear that, from the athletes to the lifestyle. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? The one thing that you have to instill, not only like in yourself, but your family, your friends, your coworkers, the end goal is the only thing that matters. The work might suck, but the end result is the only thing that fucking matters. Sure, you don't want to stay late, but you want that fucking promotion. You want that pay raise.
Come on.
You don't want to eat that meal right now? No. You want to do extra cardio because you a bad motherfucker, huh? So you just love the work that much you gonna throw away the end result? Come on now.
And so there's gonna be people that take what Kyrie says the wrong way, but I'm gonna say it in a different way. Feelings don't pay bills. Feelings don't win championships.
Nope.
If your goal is to pay your bills, you can't show up to work, or you can't, to the bill man, here's my feelings, here's how I feel about it. When I go up on stage, on the 17th, I ain't gonna take the mic and go, here's my feelings. It's not about being insensitive. It's about being honest, and why some people don't make it in this sport. Why some people make it to stage once and you never see them again, but then they keep posting like they're going to do it again. It's why a lot of people don't even make it to stage. Because that pressure, boy, while there's a lot of people that made it to stage, I'm willing to bet there's even more people that thought about it, tried it, that didn't make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, because when Kyrie says that, hey, it's only the result that matters, you see a lot of people talking, oh, well, you got to worry about the honeybees and the flowers and the rainbow and all that nonsense. Man, that shit ain't going to get you through a hard-ass cardio session. Like right now, when I'm so depleted, I don't got no daggone peanut butter, and I'm sitting here, just, going through it. You know what I mean? Like if I was relying on feelings, if I was relying on motivation, my ass would be looking like Winnie the Pooh, how he be with the honey. That's how I'll go straight to the store and buy me 10 jars of peanut butter and say, oh, my feelings. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of people that take that the wrong way. That's okay. Because the champions understand it. And that's who we talking to. We talk to the champions and the people that want to be champions. Point blank, period.
And the one thing I also want to add on to that one is that I said the only thing that matters is the end result. That's not what society's end result is. That's not what your mom's end result is. It's yours. If your goal is to be a fry, you flipping burgers and cooking fries at McDonald's, if that's truly your end goal, that's the only thing that fucking matters. If your end goal is to, win double-digit Mr. Olympias, that's the only thing that matters. Top 5 at Mr. Olympia, which is fucking amazing. If that's your end goal, that's the only thing that matters. Winning isn't everyone's end goal. Not everyone's built like that. And that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Play your game. Stay focused on your target. Don't worry about everything else. Shut that whole thing. There's a scene. What movie is this? Is it American Sniper? Where it was Chris Kyle and he was like looking through the scope and there was a fly that landed on his fucking eyelid. My man did not blink. He didn't give a damn. The only thing he was focused on was that damn target. That's it. None of this outside, you should go to college. You should leave college. You should, lose 20 pounds. You should gain 20 pounds. None of that shit matters. Focus on your target, whatever target that is.
Word. That's focus in a nutshell. I'm not even adding. Focus in a nutshell.
All right, we 40 minutes deep. You got anything else for the people?
Let's see. So next week we're gonna go over. We're gonna talk a little bit about peak week, what to expect for. So if you are a first time competitor or you're somebody that's thinking about competing, kind of give you an insight into that. Talk a little bit. About some other things too. I also don't want to give away too much, but the other thing is, like always, again, thank you everybody. We talked about this goal. We want to hit 300 by June. Slowly but surely, we getting there. Just like a stock, we want to take that slow and then bam, we just going, we going to jump up. Yeah, man. Like, and just the other thing is, like, we appreciate all the the shares and all the love that we've been getting, but we want some ideas. We want something. We really want to know, and like I mean this when I say we really want to know what we can do, because we want to every subscriber. We want to earn. We don't just want you just because you are people and everything like that. We want to earn. We want to give you a reason to tune into us. So give us some ideas. We'll credit whoever about things that you want to hear us talk about. Shit, come on and ask us about it. We love having people on. We definitely want to have some more guests. But yeah, that's it, man. Just get ready to see my face even more sunken in next week, and then the week after that we'll talk about how I won.
So, fun fact: 94% of people that watch the podcast isn't subscribed. 94%. Just want to throw that out there. So whenever he says, hey, what can we do to earn your subscription? That goes to 94% of you guys.
Hit the subscribe button. It's free.
It's legitimately free. But
94, Jesus, yes, Christmas.
Yeah. So let us know. Put in a comment. Yo, I love the podcast. I don't subscribe, but because fill in the blank here. I ain't going to get hurt. Isaac ain't going to get hurt. We're going to be like, hey, thanks for your feedback. We'll work on that. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because we just trying to bring value to y'all. Stick around. Things are going to get fun.
Look at the numbers.
Things are going to get amazing, too, on this channel. Things are going to get real saucy real quick. So I appreciate you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys next week for episode 11, yo. Y'all take it easy.
That's my number.